Hi, my name is Jason, and I just wanted to do basically a little bit of my thoughts about how afraid the entire country is and what it would affect by recent events. You know what, that title doesn't even match right, but I'll explain what I'm trying to give and try to explain in this video. So I go to a local college where I live, and I'm in a film class, and the teachers and the deans and the other teachers in charge are all saying that it would be highly inappropriate if I were to make videos that had knives, swords, guns, anything like weaponry inside of it, inside the video. Now, I'm all for the fact that, yes, there have been some tragic events that had recently happened in our country. We got the Virginia Tech shooting as one of the most recent ones, and we got the other incident that happened in Virginia Tech most recently. And I'm not trying to poo-poo-be-doo all the shootings that have recently happened. What I'm merely trying to say is that there have been worse things that have happened in our country, like World War II, World War I, the Vietnam War, hippies, drugs, all sorts of other things in the past. But did colleges still let their children or their students make videos that reference guns, knives, swords, or anything else, or certain beliefs, views, or ideals? Yes, they did. And the reason why I'm saying it is because if I were to have made a video that was about terrorism before 9/11, this video would be something like, oh, I don't know, a bunch of terrorists are trying to go explode a bank and they're thwarted. The good guys stop them from exploding the bank. Well, before 9/11, that would have been perfectly okay to make that video. You would have had nobody ever thwarting, nobody ever going to you and be like, no, this is highly inappropriate. You can't make this video. Lots of people are going to get offended. You might have the Secret Service or the NSA on you. No, people didn't ask those questions. They were just basically like, okay, be careful what you do. But now, if I were to make a video about terrorists or something not offending the country or 9/11 in general, or even a video about 9/11, or a video about recent other terrorist attacks, or anything else, it would be highly controversial, and it would not be backed up with budgeting, with funding, and people's just general support. And I do not get that. And then the fact that I couldn't make a war video or an action video or anything that involved guns or weapons whatsoever in my college gets on my nerves. Like, I have an idea in my head, the recent events that happened with Georgia and Russia. Well, I just got done filming most of the footage, and I stopped because I thought, you know what, there's no way it's going to get approved. I was going to make a story where basically it's a normal Georgian citizen in the country of Georgia. He gets downstairs to wake up and do his morning things, and what does he see? He sees a squad of Russian soldiers coming towards his house, and he asks him to stop and go away. And what do? They open fire on him. So I was going to make it that normal Georgian citizen protecting himself with his gun that he owns, which is highly feasible what they did back in the Georgian War, and also what maybe other civilians did in other wars. But you know what? I found out that it would probably not be approved and it would probably not be liked. Let me take you to more of a recent event. I own swords and I own knives and I own airsoft guns. And I wanted to make a video where I promoted my swords and my knives, where I showed you what these swords are and how they're used, and actually show me physically swinging them. Well, I run the idea by the dean of students at my school, and guess what he says? He says it would be highly inappropriate because of the recent events at Virginia Tech. Well, you know, I'm not trying to poo-poo-be-doo Virginia Tech shooting, but if the events never happened, I highly think that I would be able to make that video. So basically what I'm getting the gist of it and trying to relay the message to you guys is that you, in the current state that the United States is in with its sensitivity and its color orange and everything, and all the crap that's happened and people being so sensitive about it, I as a student can't write, can't speak, can't show, can't paint, can't anything, can't post things, anything related to any kind of weapon, 9/11, terrorism, the Middle East, Russian Georgia, or anything, which it honestly gets on my nerves. But, you know, I guess I'm gonna have to deal. Make a scenario for a second. Let's say that we take a topic that everybody in the entire United States, not everybody, that a lot of people in the United States like. For instance, anime. Alright? Anybody can talk about guns and violence and hot women and weird stuff happening in anime videos because there hasn't had anything happen to it. But I can surely hell as guarantee you, the moment an anime convention has a shooting or a stabbing or a bombing or something in the anime convention, guess what? People are not going to be allowed to talk about anime in the open public like they used to be able to. It would be like one of those secret things. It'd be like, hey, did you hear about that new anime where the chick has the big humongous gun? And they'd be like, no, we can't talk about that right now. Or people would be offended by that. They'd be like, don't you remember the events of what happened in that anime convention? And you know, it would be the same thing as with some person saying, don't you remember the events of what happened at 9/11? That's basically what I'm trying to get at.